Hi everyone, welcome back. Jedi here. I've got another little introductory video, if you like, on another piece of equipment that I received through from Alex at alphabushcraft.co.uk. I'll put a link down to his website at the bottom in the comments section. And again, this is not going to be a review. I'm not going to tell you how well this thing works or doesn't work. It's just an introduction to an item that he stocks on his website. It's one he's very kindly sent through to me to have a look at because my own little EDC flashlight has given up the ghost, so I'm in the market for a new one, and he very kindly sent this one through for me to have a little look at and play with. Let's show you the box first of all and tell you what it is. It's the ITP C9, you can probably see there. Now, ITP lights I'm not overly familiar with. I guess you guys out there that are far more of a flashaholic than I am will know more about these things than I certainly will. So really this is my introductory opinion on the build quality, the size of it, all those sorts of things. The light itself has got a Cree 7090 XRE Q5 LED. It has type 3 anodization. And I believe it's IPX8 water resistance, which is pretty good on the scale of things. So immersion in water shouldn't be a problem. And it's got what they call the digital infinite beam adjusting function, which I'll show you in just a minute. Battery reverse polarity protection, which is always good. And it's compatible on the CR123 cells. Not a favourite of mine, I must admit, but I know quite a few of you out there like those. So we open the box up. First thing we got out is the instructions, which are pretty comprehensive by the looks of things. And there's a couple of different flashlights in this range, the C range, and I'll just show you those close up as well. There is the C7, C8 and C9, and it's the C9 we're having a look at today. So the difference between them I think is down to the kind of cells they take, batteries that they take, and also maybe one or two functions. But check those out for yourselves if it's the kind of thing that you're interested in. So what does this one come with? It's got an aluminium, let's take it out of the box while we go through this. It's got an aluminium alloy reflector, and from what I can gather it's a combination of both orange peel and smooth reflector. And in the box what you get is a little Sundays pack with a couple of O-rings and a spare tail cap. Now this is a clicky tail switch, reverse clicky. Let's move that out of the way and give you a shot up close of the light itself. It looks quite different and unique, this one. Almost got a bullet shape towards the back end and a bit of knurling on there. I wouldn't say it stops the roll amazingly well compared to some, but you know, it does a job. Looking at the dimensions, it looks to be just a shade over 3.5 inches long, or pretty much exactly 9 centimeters long. And let's turn it around that way. It's about 1 inch wide at the bezel, so 2.5 centimeters wide at the bezel end. I wouldn't say it's huge for an EDC light, but I wouldn't say it's one of the smallest either. When you also, you know, when you think about some of the Phoenix lights, amongst others. But it feels quite good in the hand. I don't see any problem with this going in a pocket. Let's come up close, hopefully you can see the the LED in there. I don't know how well that's you're picking up on that, but it looks to, as I say, have a combination of half orange peel and half smooth reflector, so you're going to get kind of the best of both worlds, but the advantages fully of none of the diffused light, but also the level of throw. That's probably better for you to see. Onto the functions of this. You've got three functions. You've got a high, a low and a strobe function, and also an SOS, so really four functions. I call it three because, you know, one function is basically on, but you've got a high and low setting, but then you've got the strobe and the SOS function as well. And the digital infinite beam adjusting function basically works when you turn the light on and you turn the bezel, and I'll just show you this, through a quarter of a turn. It brightens up and then flashes a couple of times when it reaches the highest mode, which is 190 lumens. Now it does lock out the current setting on whichever lumen sort of choice you make. High being 190, and if I turn it the other way and go back, you can see that dimming and then flashing again onto its low mode, which is 6 lumens. And basically anywhere in between. Once you reach an output level that seems satisfactory to you, you just tighten up the bezel. So I'll tighten it up, and that sets it at 6 lumens. If I turn it quarter of a turn and then lock it out before it gets to the 190 lumens, it basically saves on whatever output you choose. So we turn it off, and 2 seconds is the memory time, so anything after 2 seconds and it will come back onto its original setting. If you turn it off and come back on again, it will go to the next setting. So 2 seconds is what you've got to remember for this light. 190 lumens is bright enough really for anybody's money when they're using one of these little EDC lights, I think, personally. It's just my humble opinion. 6 lumens is bright enough to be walking around a dark house at night when you just want to get up for a drink, or, you know, heard something going on in the kitchen, whatever, want to let the dog out, you know, that kind of thing. 6 lumens is enough that it's not going to absolutely blind you in the middle of the night. And 190 lumens is still bright enough that if you want to take it outdoors with you, you know, and if you happen to have it in a situation where you need to blind somebody with a strobe function to give you precious seconds to get away from a situation you'd rather not be in, then it's bright enough to be able to do that. All in all, the build quality feels pretty good. I mean, that Type 3 hard anodized finish is, you know, always at the top end of what you'd expect nowadays. I must admit, I don't know what the lens is, whether that's sort of mineral glass or whether it's a plastic. Haven't been able to see that on the information, but, you know, anybody that is interested in that sort of thing, I'm sure you'll be able to find it on the internet, doing a bit of a search around. So that's the ITP C9. Pretty good little flashlight. I don't think it's going to be the one for me, and that's purely and simply because of the size, the diameter of the bezel. It will probably suit many people, but for me, having one that was a fair amount smaller than that, I'm going to continue my search to find the perfect light for me. But I would certainly give this a 7 or 8 out of 10 for its features and functions. And for me, I love the clicky tail switch on a little EDC light. I really don't know and understand why more manufacturers don't make this, whether it's just it's easy to twist and turn a bezel like that. I personally can't stand them, and that's just me, that's just my opinion. I know lots of people do like them out there, but for me, clicky switch all day long. I like to hold it in the hand like this to turn the light on and off. It's just my preferred mode of using a flashlight, and it doesn't matter whether it's forward clicky or reverse clicky. I like either. So there you go, that's the ITP C9. Hope that was useful for anybody that might be entertaining this little flashlight as an EDC option. I won't give you the price for the Alpha Bushcraft site, but I will tell you the price is what you see is what you pay, in Alex's words. There's no shipping charge. He's got a little selection on there that'd be worth checking out. So pop across and have a look, see what he's got. I think this is a good little option. It's certainly bright enough and has a range of functions that most people will be looking for. So there you go, that's the ITP C9. Thanks very much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.